Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to Coach Gloria Peek's YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and subscribe.
Coach, how did you meet Coach Peek?
Met Coach Peek about 10 years ago at a regionals tournament in North Carolina. I saw her plenty of times before that at regionals and nationals. But I was intrigued. What intrigued me about her was that, I would see other coaches and boxers look at her. And every time they see her with her boxers, they would kind of chuckle and laugh and say, yeah, I want to fight them. I want to fight them. Because, they were judging her and saying maybe, it's a woman, older woman at that she can't fight. She can't produce no boxers. And so when they would actually box her, her kids would kick their butt. And so, that intrigued me. So I said, I got to meet this lady. And so I introduced myself to her. And then I asked her, invited to one of our shows that we were having. And she said, well, I have a show before that, so would you come to my show? And I said, absolutely. So she said, let me tell you something right now about me. I don't deal with a lot of people, and the only people I deal with is people whose word is bond. So if your word is no good, don't even bother with dealing with me. Because if you give me your word and, if it fails, she says, I'm going to curse you out. And I'm going to cut you off, like you're never going to deal with me again. So needless to say, I said, yes, ma'am. My word is bond, and I will not fail. And, 10 years later, here we are. She loves me. I love her. And she stayed at my house a few times. And, she worked with my boxers and done many camps for them.
How would you rate Coach Peek's youth program?
If I was to put it on a number scale from 1 to 10, I would say 15. Reason for that, though, is because, she understands in order to develop a program, you have to have kids and you have to develop them from an early age. But, you can't just see a lot of coaches, like what they do now, everything's like choreographed pad work, and they catch the eye of the people that don't understand boxing. And it's flashy, it's catchy. Mm-hmm. But, in order to produce a boxer, you have to start from the basics, which is footwork, working your jab. And most of these coaches don't do that. They're just, into this fancy stuff, But they don't really know boxing to begin with, to be honest with you, most of them anyway. At least here in Georgia, most of these coaches, we call them fly-by-night coaches. Mm-hmm. So, her program, though, is designed, to develop a kid from the ground up. And, the proof is in the pudding. Look how many champions she's produced.
What do you find most valuable about Coach Peek when it comes to her expertise in boxing?
Oh man, that's her passion and love for the boxers in the sport, and her humility. You can't do what she does and reach the level that she's reached, and develop boxers if you don't have love for the boxers in the sport. And her humility, after being a coach for 40 plus years, she's still willing to learn. A lot of coaches, when they reach a certain level, get complacent with their, accomplishments, and so they become stagnant and don't improve. Her humility shows, her humility is allowing her to grow and to get better and better and better, even with time. So I would say that.
Would you recommend other coaches to work with her?
Absolutely. Actually, I'm the president of Georgia Amateur Boxing, and I invited her to come do a coaches seminar for our coaches in our LBC, because that's one of the things that's lacking, is teaching a coach how to coach. Because, as a coach yourself, anybody can get a license to be a coach. But that doesn't mean that you know boxing or you know how to articulate it and teach it. Because, you have a lot of coaches that never boxed before. They're coaches, so they're behind. And you have coaches that were boxers, but they try to teach, this is the way I box, this is the way I'm going to teach. And that doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
And so, I had, invited her, and she came and did a coaches seminar to teach these coaches how to coach, because there's so much lacking, and everybody that was there, man, we all benefited from it tremendously.
So from coach to coach, and just whatever you like to say to Coach Peek, go ahead, Coach Shabazz.
Well, Coach Peek, I like to say that, in boxing, I was like a son who was raised without a father, except I didn't have a father or mother who guided me as a coach. And what I knew of boxing is what I had to teach my boxers and I continued to grow and learn by studying and experimenting. I had people around me that, I learned from and, gave me pointers, but I didn't have anyone I could look up to. And so in my 14th year as a coach, I met, you, Coach Peek, and, you filled that void that I didn't have before, someone I could, be extremely proud to look up to. So, Coach Peek, I love you, I respect you, and I've learned a tremendous amount from you, and I wish you all the success that you deserve, and